So you're in the market for a new golf mat. It's more confusing to make the right choice because there are so many different options available at different price points. In this video, I'm going to evaluate 3 different options to help show you what you can expect from a budget, mid-level, and premium golf mat. Hi, my name is Jon Sherman. I'm the author of The 4 Foundations of Golf, and I'm helping the indoor golf shop customers make smarter decisions on how to optimize their home setup. So I've been testing all kinds of golf mats over the last decade, and there are usually 3 criteria that separate each product. The first one is the quality of the materials. Generally speaking, budget mats are going to be thinner, have inferior turf and rubber quality. They're going to wear out faster and you won't have as nice of a hitting experience. Whereas premium mats are going to invest more in the manufacturing process and the raw materials that they're using. You're going to get way more mileage out of these kinds of products and a more pleasant hitting experience. So, how does all of this show up when you're actually hitting golf balls? The most important thing to me is feel. Is your club able to dig a little bit deeper and have a softer impact feel like you would hitting on real grass? Or does it bounce off the mat and create that harsh vibration where you feel like you're hitting off concrete? And this goes hand in hand with feedback. If I'm hitting off a poor mat, I'm not really sure where my golf club is bottoming out. I can easily get away with poor ground contact because the club will bounce off the turf and allow me to still hit a good shot. Whereas on the course, that wouldn't be the case. But on a better mat, I'm gonna get more feedback in my hands and arms if I didn't strike the ground properly, particularly if it's a bit heavier and behind the ball. So for game improvement purposes, the quality of your golf mat is really important. And of course, there's also injury prevention. Mats that have more softness and give in them will help prevent injuries to your elbows and places like your wrists. And last but not least is the portability and size considerations. If you're gonna need to quickly set up your mat and then move it when you're done, how easy is that to do it? So now that I've explained my criteria, I'm going to take you through 3 different golf mats I purchased to illustrate how all of these factors work at different price levels. I'm first going to start with the typical budget golf mat that you're going to find on Amazon and that you might be tempted to buy. I chose the Go Sports Elite mat in a 4-foot by 5-foot configuration, which what I would say is your best size option for limited space. The mat costs around $100 to $120 based on if they're offering a deal or not, which is quite representative of this budget level. As you can see, the mat is fairly thin. There's not much rubber underneath and there's thinner hitting turf. It's got multiple tee heights and you can roll it up and move it around quite easily because it's pretty light. But the hitting experience is fine, but I would say not great. Impact is way harsher on my hands and elbows and the contact feels a bit muted, so I'm not entirely sure where my club is bottoming out, particularly with my wedges and irons. So while not everyone has the budget for the more expensive mats, you should never expect that this price level is going to deliver anything spectacular. And most importantly, if injury prevention is important to your elbows, I would not go with a budget mat because you're going to put a tremendous amount of wear and tear on your joints if you are hitting tons of golf balls at home. Now for the mid-level mat, I chose to purchase the Carl's Place Hot Shot 4x5 mat with their standard insert. This is just under $550 and you can immediately see the difference in the quality of the mat. The base is much thicker, which gives far more cushioning when standing on the mat, which is quite pleasant when you're setting up for your shot. And when you look at the hitting strip compared to our budget level, you can see that there is far more rubber in the base and much thicker artificial turf, which will make a big difference. Carl's has a modular system similar to the indoor golf shop, which allows you to get different mat sizes as well as hitting strips that are easily replaceable when they wear out. The Hot Shot strip that I went with is their base level quality, but if you wanted a gel insert, then it would have brought the total cost up to about $750. This brings me more into that premium budget level for a mat that is only 4 by 5 feet and doesn't have enough room for my launch monitor. But overall, this Carl's mat is much better than the budget model. There is definitely a softer, more pleasant impact in comparison to the budget model. The club can dig a little bit deeper into the turf, and I can feel that ground impact feedback a bit better. It's a bit lumpier in spots, which isn't a huge deal to me, and that might change over time. Also, I would say this mat is not as portable because it is heavier and it won't be as easy to roll up compared to the budget model that I purchased that was far thinner. But overall, this is a great mid-level mat. I'd say you're gonna get longer use out of it and a more pleasant hitting experience than some of the competition around that $350 to $550 mid-level price. So let's move on to what I would call the premium level golf mats. I'm going to choose the Indoor Golf Shop's SIGPRO 4x7 model with the Softy insert because this is their baseline size, but with their best hitting insert option. I've had the SIGPRO Softy mat for years now, so I can speak very well to its design, build quality, and of course its durability. First off, this is a bigger mat at 4x7 feet, which you're going to want if you have a camera-based launch monitor like my Foresight GC3 that you need to set off to the side, or maybe you just want more space for golf balls or any other accessories that you have. The SIGPRO is quite easy to set up. You just connect two of the bases together with an interlocking system that fits together like two puzzle pieces. The main difference I noticed between the Carl's mat is that it is perfectly flush right from the get-go. There's no lumpiness. And that's because it's not rolled up like the other mats I purchased when it's in transit, so everything has that clean, flat look out of the box. Similar to Carl's, the Indoor Golf Shop has different hitting inserts you can choose from. This is their base model that costs about $300 more than the Carl's 4x5 mat. But as I said, if you went with the Carl's best gel insert, that is going to bring the price level very close. The SIGPRO Softy insert is their best option, and I have to say it's quite incredible. Most notably, there are 3 compression slots underneath the hitting strip that allow pressure to be released. And the whole idea here is for a more realistic feel that the club can dig more and, more importantly, prevent injury more effectively if that's important to you. You can see the difference in the turf and rubber thickness when I put the insert from the Indoor Golf Shop side by side with the Carl's Hot Shot insert. The extra material is one of the main reasons why this hitting experience is superior based on my testing, and you're going to get more injury prevention from the Softy insert. And because it's quite thick, you can put real golf tees in there, which some players love. If you research a lot of the simulator forums online, you'll notice that a lot of golfers rate the SIGPRO Softy insert as one of the best, if not the best option when you combine quality and injury prevention versus competitors like Fiberbuilt, Gung Ho's Holy Grail, and of course the Carl's gel insert. I can tell you firsthand that I've been using this insert for years, and it's the best I've tested for what I would call standard turf. Fiberbuilt is really the only other manufacturer that offers softer bristles so that the club can kind of glide through. But many golfers don't like the way it feels, and it's a bit easier to dig too much and sometimes have weird club face contact. The only minor criticism I have of the SIGPRO mat, and others have mentioned, is that it is possibly too thick for some instances. It stands noticeably higher off the ground at about 2.5 inches. But if that is a problem for you, they now offer the light version, which is only 1.25 inches thick. You're gonna get the same exact turf quality, but the only drawback is that you cannot use real tees. So this thinner mat might be better for those with lower ceilings or who have a lower budget. So overall, if you want the best hitting experience with injury prevention and enough room for a launch monitor, golf balls, and anything else, it's hard to beat this 4x7 foot option with the Softy insert. If you're comparing it to the Carl's best hitting gel insert, I'd say it's worth the extra small investment because you're getting a better quality hitting experience and more overall room on the mat. Now there are tons and tons of other size configurations, hitting inserts, and other budget levels once you get to this premium level of golf hitting mats. So if you need some help, feel free to reach out to the Indoor Golf Shop staff directly. You can tell them more about your setup, your budget, and any other considerations, and their team of experts can help you choose the right hitting mat setup.